Nation of Domination. We've seen them here today, as we mentioned. They're 2-0 in matches today on television, and last week we saw them out here as they said PG-13 is no more. We are the Nation of Domination. We have joined with all of that. And take a look at just some of the things that went on last week, especially regarding Brian Christopher.
And move! JC pounds him from behind.
That's handcuffs.
Oh, boy, come on.
The referee has stopped this one. I don't know if he disqualified J.C. Ice. I imagine so. For the foreign object.
And a handcuffed him.
But
Brian Christopher.
But now look at this. Brian lying handcuffed to the bottom rope. As J.C. Ice and Wolfie D work on it.
Come on.
Now it's Brian. Earlier Johnny Rotten needed help. Now it's Brian that needs help.
Why is everybody need help?
And the man most inclined to help Brian Christopher, Johnny Rotten, is himself hurt.
Boy, I tell you, that just get off there.
There's $1,000 fine for J.C. Ice. He shoves the referee down.
Teaming up on 2 seconds, Brian Christopher. And man, this is a tough one. Come on.
All right, I'm going to tell you what, Dave. Just because these two punks were such smart jerks a while ago, I'm going to do this one time and one time only. Don't expect it again.
Lawler removing the crown and removing the kingly attire. And headed toward the ring. He steps in as PG-13 continues to double up. Oh, he goes after him. Lawler goes after J.C. Ice and Wolfie D. Brian Christopher still handcuffed to the bottom rope, but Lawler has just cleaned him out of the ring as he comes to the aid of Brian Christopher.
I don't believe it. I don't either.
Well, it was a shock because Lawler had turned him down in the past a couple of times, but then Brian said, matter of fact, he didn't say, I'm asking you to be my partner. I'm telling you, be my partner. And Lawler said, okay, one time for you. One time I'll be your partner. They team up, and at the big one, Thanksgiving night, take a look at what happened as Lawler and Brian Christopher went against the Nation of Domination.
Gets the tag on the key, Jerry Lawler. Lawler comes in, goes after the Nation of Domination. Series of lefts and rights. And the King and 2 Sexy working together very well in this bout. Lawler with the referee outside, out on the floor. Pile drive. Oh, and that was all she wrote right there. We thought, Dave, until the Nation of Domination got everything cranked up again, came running down right there is the King Muhammad. He nails the King, and they got the pin over there.
He came down, looked like he had some object maybe in his fist, too, and he nails Lawler. And there's the cover, count of 1, 2, 3. And the Nation of Domination again had a victory, and again they did it by outside interference, not by just an even number of people going against their opponents in the ring. But they got the victory, no doubt about it. Well, that was an unsatisfactory ending to that match for the King and Brian Christopher, of course. And as a result, we have some things going on this week in USWA. Hey, a couple of reminders. First, the television show next week will be on a half hour early. We'll be on at 9:30. So at 9:30 to 11 o'clock, if you have tickets next week, just be here 30 minutes earlier than the ticket says on there, and we'll be looking forward to having you here. 9:30, tune in next week for Championship Wrestling at a special time. And it's Wednesday night at the Big One Expo Center.
Wednesday night at the big one right there, Hollywood exit number 5. Easy to get to and great atmosphere for wrestling action, let me tell you.
Opening match of the night, you got Tony Falk. We'll be looking at him a little bit later on today. He will be going against Brickhouse Brown in the opener Wednesday night. Remember, it's Wednesday, 7:30 at the Big One Expo Center.
Then you'll see Big Johnny Rotten taking on Sir Mo of Men on a Mission. in the single action.
Two big guys there. Bill Superstar Dundee will be going against Bobby Bolton. Yeah, Bolton, as we have talked about during his match earlier, very, very impressive since he's come to the USWA. He's going against the tough Australian Bill Superstar Dundee.
USWA heavyweight title match coming up Wednesday night when Too Sexy Brian Christopher defends his title against Big Iron Mike Sample.
And then the unified world title match. The King, Jerry Lawler, will be going against the Colorado Kid, and the title will be at stake.
USWA Tag Team title match. Stephen Dunn and Flash Flanagan will team up. The new USWA Tag Team Champions, you see there, versus Akeem Muhammad and Kareem Olajuwon, the newest inductee into the Nation of Domination.
Yes, indeed. Surprise tag champions here to most folks, and Stephen Dunn and Flash Flanagan, but they won the belts, and they will be defending them come Wednesday night. Wednesday night it is, at the Big One Expo Center. And that's not all. There's going to be more action coming up, too. This extra added challenge match. Added after what happened this past week at the Big One Expo Center. The Nation of Domination will be back facing Lawler and Christopher, but this time Akeem Muhammad won't have free reign of the place. He is going to be handcuffed to Johnny Rotten. That should take him out of the action. Lawler and Christopher back against the Nation of Domination. It looks like a huge night coming up Wednesday night at the Big One Expo Center. Make your plans to be there.
We will be right there, 7:30 bell time, coming up Wednesday night at the Big One. Remind you again that next week we're here at 9:30 next week here on TV5. Well, there's the music. And here they are, the Nation of Domination. Well, big match coming up this Wednesday night. And let me tell you, an equalizer with Johnny Rotten handcuffed to Akeem Muhammad, so hopefully we won't have any interference from this Nation of Domination Wednesday.
You see, what you people don't understand, obviously, you people are deaf or just plain ignorant. And actually, I believe it's just plain ignorant. Because if you people listen up to the way that the nation feels, once again, fellas, let's clue them all in. By any means necessary. Now, obviously, you don't understand what that means. By any means necessary. That means by any means at all, anything, whatever it takes, we will come out on top of the USWA. So you see, this week, they want to already try to keep one of our brothers down and handcuff him to that stupid idiot Johnny Rotten. Well, you know, that doesn't bother the Nation of Domination because you're not listening. By any means necessary. That's right. You see, Brian Christopher, Jerry Lawler said, one time I'll help you out. And that's all it took, one time for us to defeat the King of Wrestling and too stupid Brian Christopher. But no, this week they're coming back and one more time. We want one more time. Well, you see, you can have as many times as you want, guys, and you can handcuff us in chains, you can tie bricks to our feet and throw us in the river, but you cannot keep the Nation of Domination down because we're always one step ahead of you by any means necessary. Right, Wolf? That's right. You can bring on the King, and we'll overcome the King. You can bring on Brian Christopher, we'll overcome Brian Christopher. You can handcuff my man, and we'll overcome that. The Nation of Domination is here to stay, not to play, and we're going to overcome everything by any means necessary. Let's go, fellas.
Well, there they are, the Nation of Domination, all of them. Stacey Ice, Wolfie D, Akeem Muhammad, Kareem Olajuwon, and there is Randy X. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more USWA Wrestling. We've got the King, Jerry Lawler, still to come today.